everyone, welcome back to another video in our pose breakdown series. Today we'll be breaking down side plank. Now if you haven't already gotten comfortable in plank pose, full variation, go back to that video, practice it, feel comfortable, and then come back to me here. For those of you who are comfortable in plank pose, let's test out side plank today as well as a variation. Side plank is very great for helping to strengthen our wrist, especially in society today. A lot of people suffer from carpal tunnel. They'll feel a little bit of pain in their wrist. Practicing yoga, you may feel a little bit of pain in your wrist throughout the practice. This is a great wrist strengthener. On top of that, it of course is great for the core and the obliques. It does help you strengthen and stabilize there as well as throughout the body. It also truly helps us with balance. So moving from plank to side plank helps your body find balance on both sides. Don't be surprised if one side is more balanced than the other or you feel more stable in it. That's totally normal. Every side is different in yoga, but please remember in your practice, no matter what you're practicing, if it does involve one side, please practice the other side as well. Help to balance your body out in that way and give both sides love. So first, let's try our variation of side plank, and then we will move to the full variation of the pose. Ready, Coco? So first, we're going to start in tabletop pose, finding a neutral spine with our knees stacked underneath the hips, our wrists stacked underneath our shoulders, and a neutral spine. I like to test out the variation here from tabletop to feel the stability as I move into it. So we're going to shift our weight to the left side. First, feeling the comfort here. So shifting your weight into the left palm, shifting your weight into the left knee. Feeling the stability here. Coming back to a neutral spine in tabletop pose. Shifting the weight again over to the left side, feeling the strength and stability here. Shifting back to tabletop pose. Shifting our weight one more time into the left palm, the left knee, and then we're going to step our right toes back on the mat. Just the toes or touching the mat. Still keeping our weight shifted into the left side. We're going to start to shift further and open up onto the right side, lifting that right palm all the way up and back, gazing up at that right palm. You want your arms to be in a line. So you don't want it to be down here or all the way back here. You're keeping them long and lifted, opening through the chest, finding length from your right heel all the way through the crown of your head. Remembering to breathe here. And then exhaling that right palm back down to the mat, bringing that right knee back underneath you in tabletop. Finding your neutral spine, feeling comfortable. And then we're going to step our right toes back and step our left toes back, meeting in plank pose. First, feeling our strength here in our plank. And then shifting our weight to the left side, coming to the knife edge of your left foot. And if you feel comfortable here, inhaling the right arm up, finding a line in your arms, pushing up through your hips. So pushing the left hip up, gazing up, moving our shoulders away from the spine, and then exhaling back down to tabletop pose. If it feels good, sitting back for a child's pose, finding that stretch. that was a lot, and here's one more way to check in. Perhaps you felt super strong in your variation in which you had a nice little leg as a kickstand, but when you got to the full variation, you felt a little uneasy, and bringing your arm up further lost that stability for you. Perhaps you even fell. So, say you fell or you felt shaky and uneasy, so you put your palm back down. Let's work through one more variation between the two to help you get comfortable taking a full side plank, but not overdoing it. So once again, stepping the toes back, whatever side you plan on taking first, getting comfortable in plank. I'm going to open one to the right side this time. So coming onto the knife edge of my right foot, right palm is stable underneath me, and then as I push up through my hips and find my strength here, I'm going to glide my left palm up and bring it down to my left hip. It's easier to find balance sometimes when you don't have your arm up above you, but instead guided. If it helps, gazing up over that shoulder to get ready for when you are stable enough to lift up that left arm. And then exhaling back down. Once again, if it feels good, taking a child's pose. So let's check in here. You have a variation where you keep one leg as a nice little kickstand and you find your stability in it. Feeling the length. It's important that whether we're in a plank or a side plank, we're remembering to find length in our bodies. So from the tips of our toes to the crowns of our head, finding that length, finding that space, and owning it. Coming into a full plank, sometimes lifting the arm up high can become a little uneasy. It can throw our stability off. So instead, guiding it down to our hips, feeling the strength of our hips pushing up towards the sky, gazing up over our shoulder once we feel stable there, getting ready for when we are able to lift our arm. And remembering that your yoga practice is not that serious. And if you fall, you fall, but you're practicing. That's what a practice is. So as long as you go back into it, I'm proud of you, and you should be proud of yourself. Thank you so much for joining Coco and I in another pose breakdown sequence. We hope to see you again soon. Don't forget to subscribe, like, and please comment if there's a pose that you would like to see broken down or you have questions about. If there's anything we can answer for you. Thank you.